What's going on, guys? This is Hades at Hades Gaming, and I really wanted to talk about this because I think it's very important. The fact is that Modern Warfare is actually telling people to get good, and what I mean by that is that they're bringing back the experience of actually sitting, learning the maps, learning the guns, learning the attachments, and that will ultimately lead to your success. I've gotten numerous hate messages, various, responses from people online getting pissed off because they just keep getting their asses kicked. And though I win about say 75% of my matches, I get a little bit pissed off when this entitled mentality comes out. People need to understand that Call of Duty used to be about skill. It didn't used to be about specialists. It didn't used to be about, customizing your score streaks till when you never die. You used to have to earn that shit. And if you didn't, that was on you. That was just the way that it was. And you needed to learn and adapt to the game, which is ultimately what makes this game so fun for me. Call of Duty Ghosts was also one of those games where if you didn't know the maps, you were fucked, because as soon as you got shot, the first bullet, you're fucked. From that second on, you are fucked. And it really drives me nuts that the Call of Duty community has become so entitled to the point where score streaks are their only means of actually getting anywhere. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Fact is that Call of Duty this year is going to be about actually going around, learning the maps, learning the attachments, and just learning the spawn points. If you do that and you play a little bit more tactically, you'll actually succeed in the game. And it's really not that complicated to understand, but people still don't understand that. They think that, if I just, run and gun and be super aggressive, then I'm gonna win. This game isn't like that, and that's what nobody seems to understand. And then people get pissed off and send hate messages, and I'm just like, how much of a child do you have to be? How much of a little ass kid do you have to be to send a hate message because of an alpha? It's a fucking alpha. None of the guns are balanced. None of the fucking kill streaks are balanced. Well, there aren't any kill streaks, but you get my point. None of the grenades are balanced. None of it's balanced. It's an alpha, guys. That's what it is. And when people get pissed off about this, I'm just like, go back, learn from how you play. Just learn. If you do that, then you will succeed in the game ultimately, and you won't have to be this entitled little prick that thinks that they just deserve everything handed to them. Call of Duty has changed over the years. It's just really changed to a system that rewards people who are bad and that just takes away from those that are good. And it's not fair at all. It's absolutely not fair. The fact is that the world around us is changing, and the one thing that I want it to go back to as far as gaming goes is the original Call of Duties. Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Ghosts. Those are the kinds of Call of Duties that I personally want to see. And Infinity Ward is basically telling you, if you're not good, you will be punished in this game. And I love that mentality, because if people are rewarded for their bad behavior or their bad gameplay, then, they're just gonna think, hey, well, we can just fuck everybody over consistently and continuously troll them. And it's just like, no, we're not gonna let you do that this year. Though the game is comparatively Call of Duty Ghosts, at least in one of my subscribers' opinions, he's right. It really is, because if you don't do good, you're going to get fucked up. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you're gonna get fucked up. And I don't really think that's a bad thing. I think that takes away this kind of trophy for everyone mentality. That's just the facts. I don't believe everyone should be rewarded for fucking up. If you play a sport and you don't score as many points as the other team, you lose. But the fact is that now if you play sports, you'll actually just get a trophy anyway for participating and just having fun. Games are not fun without comp. Games are not fun unless you have to learn them. Your brain craves challenge. It's just the way that it is. It's the way it's always been. And I think people need to go back to that mentality and really start to use their heads when playing this game. Otherwise, you're not going to have a lot of fun, and that's just the facts. There's nothing you can do about it. They're not going to change it just because you cry and bitch and moan that the other person kicked your ass. That's life, guys. That's real life. Anyway, guys, this is kind of a rant video, but I did want to talk about it. Anyway, this is Hades Gaming signing off. Have a good one, guys. Please don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe.